it's really you. I sensed your presence, but I just couldn't believe... It's you.
A friend of yours, I take it?
This is my old master, the SWTOR of the Jedi Order. Now that you're here, everything is going to work out.
This looks like an evacuation. So you know the Imperials are here?
Yes, we don't know how many there are, but they have serious resources. If they're here, it's for a major fight, and we can't afford to give them one.
Civilians and non-essentials are loading up first. Who calls a doctor non-essential when there's a fight brewing? You ask me, the Jedi have lost their minds.
If you're not a Jedi, how did you get involved in all this?
Oh, I've been tight with the Jedi for a long time now. Helped them save the galaxy once or twice. No big deal. I heard about the colony after it was already built, so I was a latecomer. But they were happy to have a full-time doctor on staff.
Well, that was before we got to know him.
Dr. Kimball, Nadia, how go the shuttle preparations?
We'd be a lot further along if we hadn't borrowed so many of the shuttle's parts for the colony systems. It's going to be hours before we can launch.
We should be calling the whole thing off. Don't you recognize a real barroom door, huh? When you see one?
SWTOR.
I command the Alliance now. We overthrew the Eternal Empire and destroyed the Sith Emperor once and for all. I've come to help.
Sounds like a lot's happened since we cut our communications.
Which helped to keep us hidden all this time. Nadia has told me much about you, SWTOR, and I look forward to updating my journals to include your new title and accomplishments. It's probably time you had a chapter all your own, but that will have to wait. The Sith are on our doorstep. I formed this colony to safeguard the Jedi and their teachings for the future. Now, we must abandon it to serve that same goal.
Republic reinforcements are coming. We just have to hold out until they get here.
We welcome any help they can offer, but until they arrive, our plan must remain the same. We have to get these shuttles ready as soon as possible.
You don't seem convinced that help is on the way. You don't think the Republic will come?
Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Perimeter alarms. They're coming again. I'm on my way to handle it.
Yes. Take backup this time.
Backup? I got all the backup I need right here.
Commander, this is Tau Adair, our head of security. Would you be willing to join her in holding off the enemy as we complete our preparations?
I'd like to bring Nadia along as well. We've fought together countless times in the past.
Tau, what do you think?
Sensors aren't picking up a major push. Could even be a feint, so we shouldn't overcommit. Either way, sending the two of us is overkill already. Doc and Nadia should help cover the farming crews.
We'll leave you to it then. May the Force be with you.
Once we're through all of this, you owe me a lot of stories.
What did your sensors pick up? Imperial soldiers? Sith?
Neither. The imps are just toying with us. The old man's pretty sure they're being led by a Sith named Melora. Melora's into biology, genetic manipulation, Sith alchemy, blah blah blah. She makes monsters. For us, she's cooked up some kind of mutated Geonosians. Hyper-aggressive, heavily armored, psychotic Geonosians. With weapons. Making their way toward the colony in swarms.
That doesn't really sound like you're being toyed with.
The mutants are brutal and tough in a fight, but they aren't strategic. If the imps were serious about it, they could destroy us faster without the storybook monsters. Ossus is riddled with old, buried ruins. The mutants like to cut through them to approach unseen. We get out there and collapse a few tunnels, they'll be cut off and the colonists will have a lot more time to move.
Then let's get to it.
After you, Commander.
assignment for you. Proceed to the water distribution systems nearby. Water supply is already dwindling. Their harvest is doomed.
How long have you been living in college? Since the beginning? Almost 5 years now. 5 years, peaceful life. It took me nearly 2 years just to relax. I was sure someone would show up, Louis. They always do.
How many Jedi were left after the war with Zakul?
We honestly aren't sure. After the Republic surrendered, the old man didn't want to risk getting an accurate count with names, in case Zakul got a hold of it. So, we all went to ground, to watch, wait, and rebuild. Not my first choice, but I see the wisdom in it.
Do you know where the rest of the Jedi are?
There were still contingents on Tython and Ilum last we checked. Didn't bother calling the Green Jedi, they'd never leave Corellia. Most are probably hiding in groups on far-off planets like we did. Or walking their own path, following the Force. That was my plan, originally.
Who changed your mind?
The old man. He's always understood me best. He convinced me that this was where I needed to be. I think he was right.
One more bomb, just to be sure.
Won't that destroy the whole structure?
We need to make sure this tunnel is closed off. No sense holding back.
Last one.
Judging by your technique, you must have done a lot of fighting before you came here.
More than most. More than they ever trained us for. My first battle was Corellia. I flew in on a transport with 5 of the Jedi. One of the ones with the open sides, you know. The pilot took us in low, between the buildings. We're in midair, and this Sith Lord, he just jumps right into the transport. Red lightsaber in each hand. 5 of my oldest friends were dead before they could even blink.
I can't imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everyone always is. The Sith had turned toward the pilot before my friends even hit the floor. I was behind him before he ever knew I was there. I nailed him with both hands. Hit the nerve clusters that run just over the ribs, felt them crack. He dropped both lightsabers on reflex. I don't remember where the grenade came from, must have been his. I smashed it right into his mouth and shoved him back out of the transport.
Monsters like that deserve whatever they get. You did well.
My first real fight as a Jedi, and I didn't even use my lightsaber. Let's check in with the old man.
Now, what's your status?
We've closed all the tunnels we could find. Sending coordinates now. Any chance you could backtrack to their source on some of the old maps?
Of course. Let's see. Yes, here we are. They were all part of a residential structure that must have largely collapsed centuries ago. I'm sending coordinates for the structure's main entrance. If you can seal that, the mutants' hidden approaches will be cut off completely.
Have you heard from General Dayrune, or anyone else from the Republic?
Not yet, but we have the shuttle's communication systems online and ready. If they call, we will answer. The entrance you're closing is located in an area our archaeologists never fully cataloged. If you find anything of interest, please do your best to recover it.
Will do. Tau out. Ready when you are.
Were there any survivors after the supernova?
I think there were, and I'm pretty sure they're still here. The old man agrees, but most of the others aren't convinced.
What makes you so sure?
Every time, we've dug into the deeper chambers of the old ruins. Weird things have happened. Tools and lights going missing. We find footprints in the sand where nobody's walked. That kind of stuff. I can just feel that there's some kind of life here apart from us. Whoever it is, they're staying hidden. Probably the smart move.
Looks like we're finished here.
I can't get the old man on the hollow. We'd better head back and make sure nothing's happened.
Our sensors are being jammed, along with our communications, both short and long range. Disruptions like this can mean only one thing.
Invasion.
The Empire will come in earnest now. This doesn't fit Melora's pattern. She never bothered to disable enemy communications during her siege of Nantoon. Something very strange is happening. We have to move quickly. Many of our people are still outside the colony. Some at the farms, and the rest at the ancient library. We should split up.
You don't need to act like we have a choice, old man. No way you're leaving this planet without seeing that library one more time.
Is Nadia still helping the farm crews, or has she returned to the colony?
She's still with the farm crews, and I'm sure she'll appreciate your help. The first shuttles will start launching while we gather the stragglers. They could send a distress signal once they escape the jamming zone.
If the Republic hasn't shown up yet, we shouldn't count on them. The shuttles would be safer keeping quiet.
The commander is right. We wouldn't want to risk the imps picking them up.
Very well. I'll pass that along to the pilots. Before you go, Tau, we need to finish our discussion about your Padawan.
Now? Really? This feels like a good time.
It is always a good time to learn, teach, and grow.
We already had this discussion, which is why I don't have a Padawan. You don't want more Jedi like me. One is bad enough.
You think that if so many good Jedi die and you survive, then you must not be a good Jedi. You think that the reason you've survived, your skill in battle, is the only skill you've mastered, so you must be a bad Jedi. But the only lesson you need to learn is that you are more than the killer you see in yourself. Teach, and you will see just how much more.
None of us truly know what we've learned until we teach it to another.
Thanks, I'll think about it. All right. Now can we get on with the task at hand?
Very well. You check on the farms, I'll check on the library. And we'll meet afterward to select your Padawan.
Damn it, old man.
May the Force be with you.
That should do it. Let's find Nadia and the others.
can't just leave. Not now.
You have to. Take the others and get moving. I can handle a few Sith.
I can vouch for that.
Thank the Force. This is the SWTOR, Zarios. The Empire's goons don't even stand a chance now.
It's not about you. If the Imps land a single shot on D9 before he finishes, we'll lose everything.
What do you mean?
All of our data! We grew crops in a radioactive wasteland. What we've learned could increase crop yields all across the Republic. Imagine how many people we could feed.
We'll handle it, Zarios. We need you to head to the shuttles and get everyone loaded up. The faster the better.
This can't be the only place the data is stored. Couldn't you just get a copy from the colony databanks?
All of our computer systems have gone haywire. I don't know if it's the Imperial jamming or what. This is the only working terminal. Maybe our only shot.
Imperial's coming in fast. Get moving, Zarios. I won't say it again.
All right. Let's go.
Tao?
Everyone okay?
Good here. I'm glad we got Zarios and the others out of here. That got a bit exciting. D9, were you able to get the files?
I'll keep this safe until we can transmit the data to the Republic.
Thanks. Zarios and his crew spent years making these farms happen. It will mean a lot to them that their work is safe. Speaking of, I'd better catch up with him and the rest of the crews. Make sure they get back to the colony safely. It was good to fight by your side again. I'll meet you back at the shuttles.
May the Force be with you, Nadia.
I'll see you soon.
We should hurry to the old library. If they sent a force like this just for some farms, there's no telling how many troops they sent there.
You're right. Let's get moving.
There must be something. Somewhere. Where?
Drop your weapon. Now.
Such a mess. Always such a blasted mess with him.
Where is Nosteral? What have you done to him?
What? Oh, the Jedi. Over there somewhere. But you're rather too late to help him, I think.
Wrong answer.
Let's crush this Sith and keep searching.
How dare you! You speak to Darth Malora of the Dark Council. And your interruptions end now. Fools. Ignorant fools.
He's alive. Barely, but he's alive.
Truly? Lord Malgus has lost his edge.
Malgus?
Oh yes. This is all his handiwork. I would never make such a mess of a library, even one belonging to a Jedi. Malgus usurped my entire operation. A veritable ballet of predatory evolution, discarded in favor of the bludgeoning fists of a toddler.
That's impossible. Malgus died years ago.
Apparently it didn't take. Malgus is alive, here on this planet. Though operational might be more accurate. A machine with pieces of a desiccated Sith Lord bolted into it hardly deserves to be called alive. Life is far more variable, more adaptable, capable of true change, and thus true power. The Force is life, and only life can truly command its depth.
Will you shut up? Malgus or not, we have to get the old man back to the colony, now.
It may not be safe to move him. We should find a way to bring Doc here.
You might be right, but plastic comms are still jammed.
You realize Malgus is on his way to burn your colony to the ground, yes? He could hardly say he finished my work if he leaves it standing. That would be the now.
30 seconds to objective, my lord.
Enemy fighters, evade!
Fighters.
They made it. They actually made it.
Good afternoon, Commander. Before you ask, rest assured. I brought tea.
You have great timing, General. We can't thank you enough.
I only wish we could have been here sooner.
Can you bring medics to our position? We have urgently wounded people here.
Right away. We'll evacuate everyone to the colony. Medical and support teams are landing as we speak. Daerun out.
I'll just be going then.
I don't remember saying you could leave.
Taking me prisoner will waste time, and personnel that you'll need to treat the wounded, like your friend here. I'm sure I'm not worth the effort.
You know something? You're absolutely right.
Huh? I guess I'm really not the best person to lecture you for killing Sith Lords. Let's just get out of here.
Four evacuation shuttles are still missing in the Kron Drift. Imperial patrols have increased dramatically. It's likely they were captured or destroyed. If only they had signaled.
We honestly didn't think anyone would answer.
I understand. If we could have just gotten here sooner, much could have been different. All evacuees will be transported to safety in Republic space. I know of some settlements on Tanab that could put good farmers to use, if any are interested.
Are you going to keep enough troops here to fight off any Imperial reinforcements?
We'll establish a forward listening post here. Secure the colony perimeter, but I can't spare more than that. We're too close to Imperial lines to risk a full garrison. Speaking of farms, I'm told you have a collection of data from the colonists' farming efforts.
We were able to save a copy, but the data was corrupted. Whatever got to the farm's computers got to their data too. It's useless.
Such a tremendous shame. Food shortages are already an issue on many core worlds. It's very difficult to win a war on an empty stomach.
Our people spent half a decade bringing those farms to life. This is gonna crush them. Any chance your fighters got Malgus in the attack?
It's possible, but seems a bit too much to hope for. Darth Malgus back on the front lines. This is a dark day for the Republic. We caught him off guard this time. I doubt we'll be so lucky again.
We beat Malgus before, we can beat him again.
With your help, I believe it.
Is he all right? Did he make it?
Nostral's wounds were severe. Cauterized perforation of the upper ventricle, ocular damage from oxygen exposure, catastrophic muscular and nerve damage to the left forearm. Fortunately, he received treatment from the most brilliant, skilled, and handsome doctor in the entire galaxy, so he's gonna pull through.
At least you have the skills to back up that ego.
With plenty to spare, I assure you.
Thank you, Doc. I mean it.
That's what I do.
The soldiers are still digging through some of the worst of the damage to the library. Torel, Reyna, and Z are still missing, and I can't sense them. That makes 15. I'll update again when we finish clearing the rubble.
The old man was right to bring us here. We needed this time to heal. And to remember what makes us Jedi. We've hidden long enough. The evil of the Sith doesn't stop just because we aren't there to oppose them. Quite the opposite. I'm no master, and I can't speak for the Order, but I can say this. The Republic needs the help of the Jedi. So let me be the first to volunteer.
I am deeply honored to accept. I'll have quarters prepared for any Jedi who wish to join you aboard my flagship.
We're already packed, and I think this will end up being a much more worthy destination. Commander, thank you. Without you, this would have been a much darker day for us all.
I'm glad I could be here, Tau. Reuniting with the Jedi has been long overdue.
With you around, I think it's safe to say the future of the Jedi is a bright one. May the Force be with you.
When the dawn came, the Zell awakened and saw the tongs upon the high place and were afraid. For the morning light caught the glint of helms and weapons and created phantom warriors made of dazzle and distance. But the cleverest of them were not deceived. The Empire thought they could make this a grand first strike in their renewed war against us. They hoped to destroy the Jedi. Destroy us with fear before we ever faced them in open battle. Thanks to you, they failed. The Jedi are renewed allies of the Republic. Our people have seen that the Sith are vulnerable whenever we stand united. This war will be dark and brutal and vicious. But we will stand against that darkness together.